Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever it finds you, it's for a reason. It is a collective reading, so only take what resonates. Today I'm focusing on the energy of spring. I am going to do 3 questions today. And I am getting you a message, an oracle message, at the end of the reading. So let's go. So, what seeds are being planted in your life right now? So we got the Knight of Wands reversed. Then we have Temperance. At the top, we have Knight of Cups. And at the bottom, a 7 of Cups. So what's there being planted in your life right now? With Knight of Cups reversed, that's a really interesting energy for this question actually, because I feel like here, perhaps, okay, so I'm feeling here that perhaps you've been doing things that it feels more balanced, even though perhaps it's not exactly what you want to do right now. There's this energy of perhaps really focusing on long-term things. Perhaps what I'm picking up here is how do you say, is like you're not focusing on oh my god, how is it called? Fuck. It's like reward. You're not focusing on momentary reward or like a fast reward. Perhaps I think like you're focusing on a more long-term reward. You know, like how there's a term for that. I forgot. But anyway, I feel like now you're understanding, like perhaps you are in a phase in your life that there's this inner balancing happening for you, that perhaps you're not really, you have like perhaps this habit of like truly, oh, instant reward, right? So perhaps like you had this energy that you really like instant reward, and I feel like now you're perhaps working with a more long-term reward. So I feel like you're perhaps focusing more on that right now, like that energy. I feel for some of you here, if you're like starting like a business or a project or something that is especially like involves money, perhaps you are in this energy where you're trying to focus your money more in this project instead of like instant rewards. You know, perhaps you're understanding how to manage things. It doesn't have to be just money though. I feel like it could be, but for some of you, it could, like, you know, just take what resonates. There's definitely like something in your life that you're understanding that perhaps it comes from an instant reward that you are managing to like to see what is the long-term reward that you actually want, and what actions to take to actually get there. With the Knight of Cups, it kind of gives me this energy that you're still maturing that energy, right? You're still like understanding here how to take actions of the instant reward and long-term reward. But I feel like you're taking steps, you're seeing things in a different perspective. And with the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of this energy, like you're a little bit confused perhaps what brings you this instant reward and what doesn't, and what it is like this long term that you actually want to achieve. Interesting energy. How can you help these seeds to grow? How can you help these seeds grow? Whoa. From the floor is Nine of Swords. Three of Swords. Ace of Wands. Ooh, the Emperor. And the Hierophant. At the top and bottom. At the top we have Death. And at the bottom, the Devil. I was thinking about this card, actually. Yeah, it's not like I saw this card at some point when I was anyway. So how can you help the seeds grow? Okay, so let's start here. Nine of Swords energy. I feel like there's this energy perhaps that you're too much in your head, right? And I feel like you need to understand how to clear your mind. I know this circle, it could be meaningful for some of you. Like, what is it called, that thing that when we go to ferries and it's like the circle that we ride and it's really slow. I don't remember how that's called. I know I saw that, so maybe that can be symbolic for some of you. But there's this energy of I feel like understanding where you want your mind at, because I feel like perhaps sometimes it's too slow and sometimes it's too fast, and there's this energy here that you need to find like your own pace for that. Interesting message that I received, but anyway, it can be meaningful for someone. Three of Swords. So like Three of Swords, like I just noticed that I'm not really using the names that the creator of the cards use. It's just like I like using the words that they do it, but sometimes it's just like so easier. So much easier to just see the general. Anyway, Three of Swords. I feel like here you need to understand that there's going to have some separation. Is going to have some separation from what you want and from where you are right now. I feel like it could be it could mean some people, but it also could mean that I'm picking up here, some situations they can get a little bit delayed, but it doesn't mean that they are totally done. It just means that it needs like some space between things to happen. I feel like there's this energy of being able to truly align the energy, right? Like especially like with temperance here that we were talking about, integrating your own energy with your reality, right? With all those things that's happening to you. I feel like there's this energy here too. Your reality also needs that, like it needs time to relocate, it needs time to align. And sometimes there's like a separation, there's a break between those things so it can actually start working. Ace of Wands here, I feel like it is really important for you to take actions towards things that you really want. Like we were talking here before, if there's a project or something that you work on, I feel here that there's probably like this energy that you should be taking actions towards that, to be more focused on long-term rewards than instant rewards. The Emperor is a really energy. It is an energy of like getting things done, being able to control things and understand how things work. And I feel like here, oh yeah, gender. Tarot doesn't have gender, right? So when I'm talking about feminine cards, I am talking about feminine energy, and masculine cards, I'm talking about masculine energy. We all have both of them. We kind of balance them out depending on what we're doing, right? So the Emperor is already do. It's an energy masculine, a feminine. Oh, masculine energy. So it is about doing, like getting things controlled, like getting things done. So I feel like here there's this energy, whatever this is that you're dealing with, right? The seeds that you're planting, it is for you to take action towards that. Okay, but I feel like the main energy here, it is about like focusing on long-term rewards and on instant rewards. The Hierophant, I feel like here I heard like marriage with yourself, marriage with this project, like totally like do this, to truly like put effort into this, whatever this is. I feel like there's this energy of truly getting to know in a deeper level whatever this is. It could be like a person for some of you, that perhaps you want to go deeper with this person. And I feel like here there's this energy of perhaps you want to go deeper with this person. It can be a situation or person. Okay, take what resonates. There's also like this energy of, so for some of you that you want to go deeper, I feel like you truly want like a long-term relationship, like a true commitment. And also like for the project as well, I think like you want something that is going to last for a really long time. All right, so, and I feel like for some of you here, some of you will be going back to study something. It could be go back to school, or even like perhaps hiring like a coach or someone who really knows about the subject you're dealing with, and you're really like going to understand how to, because you want to go deeper, where whatever this is, either if it is a person or a project or work, whatever this is, you want to go deeper. So I feel like you're going to go for something, like look for more information to be able to do that. With Death on top, there's definitely like this energy that things are changing, things with like whatever this is, like these actions that you're taking towards this project or person, things are about to change. Like I said there, I feel like here there's a lot of internal but also external balance happening. I feel like there's this energy here that you are adjusting some internal things, so then your physical reality, your external reality can actually adjust as well. And this is where the death comes to, like, like all this transformation happening. I feel that it's both inside and your external. And the devil, I feel here that there's this something. I feel like, like when we say that we have our own garden and then we have to, take care of our own garden. I feel like here the devil is more about be careful with the weeds, right? I feel like you need to understand that there's some traits that they're always going to be there, and it's up to you to understand when they're happening or not. Like, and then when I say traits, like perhaps things that are considered like toxic or not really good, like bad habits, um it doesn't make you like the worst person in the world, but I think it's important here acknowledging that they're there, right? That makes you the person you are today. So I feel like you're gonna have to learn, I feel like, to manage that throughout this transformation, because I feel like you can also use your shadows, your things in your favor, but like in a way that it works for you and is not like harmful or mean. It's more like managing your shadows in a way that it can also work for you. That's interesting. What can help you remember not to race forward? We have Ten of Cups, Six of Swords, King of Coins, Queen of Cups, and the Devil again. At the top we have Justice, and at the bottom the Tower. Hmm. Okay, so here, like, I feel like you should be enjoying the journey with the Ten of Cups. Um, like the outcome that you want is just the outcome, but you need to understand that there's the entire journey between that. And like once you get to the outcome, like what you're gonna do, so you need to understand to enjoy the journey as well. And I feel like here with the Six of Swords, you're going to understand that the outcome is already there, right? But it's up to you to move towards that or not, and to move like away from the reality and the mindset that you have right now towards something that you really want. With the King of Coins, I heard that your King of Coins is there. For some of you that we're talking about someone, there's definitely like this energy, like this person is there and you're walking towards that person, but I feel like you need to detach a little bit of the outcome, and because like you need to keep walking your path, and at some point your path is going to cross with this person. But I feel like you are in that direction. And for some of you that is not a specific person, I feel like there's this energy of being more a structure, like more um perhaps like building like your financial stability, your external, your material stability, and I feel like you're walking towards that. But again, it is about like the journey and not about the outcome, but I feel like it's there already. I feel like you just need to keep walking the path to get there. Queen of Cups energy here, I heard that it is important for you to pour into things that you actually enjoy, right? And to put your energy where is really good for you, you know. Then we also have the devil here. Again, with the devil, I heard that again, you need to understand how to um, befriend your shadows so you can work with them. Like here, I'm getting more this like of working with your shadows, and actually, I feel like perhaps there's a lot of shadows that you already acknowledge it, and I feel like now it is the time for you to actually start work with it. That's a really interesting message here, guys. I think I've never had like this type of message, but it's quite like interesting though, because in truth is like that, right? Because our shadows, they are not going to leave us, but we can actually work to like learn how to work with them. And I feel like here, this is the thing. It's not like about ignoring it or feeling bad about your shadows, but actually to like working with them in your favor. And then we also have justice. It gives me this energy of understanding that things, they will get you balanced. Things like you will get your justice, whatever this is. I feel like for some people, it is related to someone from the past. If there is like a legal situation, it could be about that, or even like someone like this person. If it is romantic, it could be someone from your past as well. But I feel like there's like some fairness happening in this situation, and but then it's going to depend on how you're going to leave the journey. You're going to actually walk your path. And the tower, there's a lot of this energy of things changing. So I feel like your mindset is changing about instant and long-term rewards, right? So like your reality can also change, like your material life can also change. So I feel like you're in the path that's going to happen. Like your old life is going to be destroyed because you are building a new life. But again, you need to take step by step. That's a really interesting energy, guys. I'm going to get you a message so we can close the reading. I'm feeling to use this deck this week. It's not Samhain. I don't know how to say this. When I'm recording, but I felt called to. They have one deck for the springtime, but I don't have it. Okay, so let's see what's the message for you today. For some reason, I saw the number 7. I don't know if it can be meaningful for some of you, but okay, so bat. Card number 6. Invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Interesting. Psychic development, hidden realms. Invoke thy... I just read that. Many people believe bats should be blind, but they see using their ears to attune to vibrations and sense things. Your intuition can see beyond your eyesight, picking up on things the rational mind can sometimes miss. There has been a wonderful movement in the world to deepen intuition. Intuition isn't just about saying my spirit guide told me. It's about genuinely trusting that inner voice to guide you in the dark. You need space to go to the dark places so that you can put your inner knowing to the test. Doing your work is not about staying away from dark thoughts or bad feelings. It's about knowing how to put yourself out of the darkness when you get there. It is about being able to walk through the dark without losing your light. You are being guided to tap into the hidden realms of your subconscious. When bad comes flying to your reading, it's time to peek into the dark caves and spaces. It's time for you to dig into your spirituality, facing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Bad advises you to stop trying and start allowing. Allow your intuition to guide you. Allow yourself to feel energy moving through you and your surroundings. Feel for the vibrations you come into contact with and let that be your guide. Generally, doing spiritual work isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it requires you to get deep and ugly, but above all, it requires you to be honest. Honesty means going into the dark rooms where you have tried to hide. Interesting energy that we were talking about, like your shadows, right? So I feel it matches really good. Well, guys, this is the reading for you today, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.